Good morning, viewers. Welcome to today's newspaper review. Let's take a look at the major headlines dominating today's newspaper. Firstly, we'll start from the Daily Trust newspaper. On the Daily Trust newspaper, the major headline there is Oshunpu, APC campaign Director General's nephew killed, another shot. Nearly half of Nigerian households suffering job losses, says report. This is coming from a report saying that nearly half of Nigerian households are suffering from a job losses. Then on Makinde picks ex-DSS Director General Lawan Daura as running mates. Refineries will work again, says Tinubu. This is coming from our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that refineries will work again. How 7 miners died in Plateau pit collapse. On to the next newspaper, which is the New Telegraph. On the New Telegraph, the major headline, which is Osun Power Tussle peaks tomorrow as 1.9 million voters elect new governor. Seafood exports. Nigeria. Chinese pact unlocks 1.4 billion naira consumer markets. Fresh diplomatic face-off looms as South Africa demands $18.5 million for deporting Nigerians and others. 1985 coup. I found it difficult to believe, but I had no choice. This is coming from the IBB. On to the next newspaper, which is the Daily Independent. On the Daily Independent, the major headline is Union's action exposes critical flaws in airport security. This is on air peace picketing, saying that union's action exposes critical flaws in airport security. Tinubu vows to revive Nigeria's refineries. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is vowing to revive Nigeria's refineries. 7 dead as mining pit collapse in Plateau community. Alleged threats. Osun seeks court order compelling IGP to investigate Father Hussein. This is on alleged threats. Osun seeks court orders compelling IGP to investigate Father Hussein. Federal government targets 80% practical agric education in polytechnics and college. So the federal government are targeting 80% practical agricultural education in polytechnics. U.S. fiscal transparency reports doesn't reflect full scope of reforms. This is coming from our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that U.S. fiscal transparency report doesn't reflect full scope of reforms. On to the next newspaper, which is the Daily Sun. The major headline on the Daily Sun is ex-CDS, NHRC, amnesty demand action against Father Hussein and Jinge. Governor Makinde, APM presidential candidate, picks former DSS Director Generals Lawan Daura as running mates. Osun election. Accord, APC, ADC, and others in final push. This is on Osun State election. Accord Party, APC, ADC, and other political parties are in final push. Tragedy as pit collapse kills 7 miners in Plateau. This is a tragedy indeed, as pit collapse kills 7 miners in Plateau. NAFDAC sets new safety rules, blood products. On to the next newspaper, which is the Matrix newspaper. The Matrix newspaper, the major headline is Osun decides. Noise tightens on Adeleke. NNPC Limited. Deepening offshore incentive order will unlock fresh investment, boost production. Fiscal transparency reports. U.S. puts Nigeria among 67 failing countries. Presidency extends National Policing Bill submission deadline to August 21. So the presidency have extended the National Policing Bill submission deadline to August 21. It was scheduled August 18, and they have shifted it to August 21. Aviation crisis. Keyamo backs workers' union rights, warns airlines. Then on sports in Matrix, Man City rejects Barcelona's €55 million bid for Radri, agreed deal to sell Regenders. And on entertainment on Matrix. Why Saint Janet switched to explicit songs, backup singer. Away from that, the next newspaper, which is The Punch. On The Punch, the major headline there is Governorship Pool. Police lockdown Osun DIG. 30 CPs deployed. And on 2027, Makinde picks ex-DSS Director General Dauru as running mate, rallies opposition. Still on 2027, Abiodun Daniel tread fresh blows over political allegiance. Edo records 70 child defilement cases, fathers top offenders. Edo records 70 child defilement cases, fathers top offenders. This is on State Police Bill. Presidency extends public submission to August 21. On to the next newspaper, which is the Daily Monitor. The major headline on the Daily Monitor is Tinubu vows to revive government-owned refineries, expand CNG initiative. We will make an example of Father Hunse over comments on Osun governorship pool. This is coming from an Amnesty. Presidential Working Group extends National Policing Bill deadline. So this particular headline is all over in the newspaper. They have extended the National Policing Bill submission to August 21. Federal government gives airlines 7 days to concede on TSC repayment plans with agencies. ICPC uncovers official who enrolled 14 family members on government payroll. Governorship pool. Come out and vote party of your choice. Akpabio tells Osun residents. This is coming from Akpabio to Osun residents, telling them about the governorship pool, that they should come out and vote the party of their choice. Then away from that newspaper to the Vanguard. On the Vanguard, the major headline there is factors that would decide Adeleke, Oyabamiji, Salam, and others' fates. This is on as Osun decides tomorrow, the Osun governorship election. 2027, our task bigger than winning. This is coming from Governor Makinde as he picks ex-DSS Director General Daura as running mate. Drug war. Ogun Customs hand over 16.7 billion naira cannabis to NDLEA. Then on xenophobia, no request received yet from South Africa on repatriation cost. This is coming from the federal government concerning the xenophobia attack in South Africa, that no request has been received yet from South Africa on repatriation costs. On to the last headline on the Vanguard newspaper. State Police Presidential Working Group extends deadline for memoranda. And that's all for today's newspaper review. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates. I'm Chidera Esum. Do have a beautiful weekend.